Okay, people, so I've got this erased now. All the diagonals are gone. And I'm going to try and take a chunk out of this. This is almost as far as I got on my demonstration that I showed you before spring break. It's taken us this much to kind of get to this, but now this is the important point. This is the place where it starts to be what this whole thing is about, which is that I can infer where those vanishing points are. I'm going to take a bite out of the front of this thing, a bite out of that cheese. And what I'm doing here as I do it is I am holding this up and I'm looking at the other lines, all of the lines, and I'm looking at this line, I'm looking at that line on that side. And I'm finding a line that believably splits the difference between those two. Again, using my ruler as a siding tool. This is just scratching the surface of the fun part of this assignment, okay? This is actually one of the things that's kind of cool, is that humans can even do this. You can draw that line. Ugh. That looks a little bit off to me. It looks like it's converging a little too quickly with that line. So, get rid of it. It's just slightly off. Right? Hold it up there. Try and find it again. It's a pretty subtle difference from how it was before, but it was kind of bugging me. So here again, holding this up so that it's a straight line for my eye. Looking at this line, looking at this line, looking at every other line. That's what all those lines that I drew, all those midplanes, they're just to give me more sight lines so that I can find that line. Okay? I can find the right line. The right line is the line that looks right. Duke Ellington said there's only two kinds of music, the good kind and the other kind. That's the same thing here. There's only two kinds of lines, the good line and the other kind. Find the good line. If it looks right, it is right. That's another Duke Ellington paraphrase. Bringing this down here. This is really similar to what we did when we were using the vanishing points. So if I've done everything correctly, if I connect this dot and this dot, the line that I draw should make sense with the other lines, and it totally does not. Okay? Let me draw this line. That is a wonky ass line. Oops, did I say that? Sorry. It's a wonky line. Okay? It does not work. Can you see how it diverges from this line? That's not going to work. So what I have to do is I have to figure out, well, where did I screw up? This line looks good. I'm going to follow that. This one, I could probably get that to converge just a little bit more. But this line has got to come up. It needs to converge with the other lines. It's got to make sense here. So I'm going to make that line do it. And then it's like, well, can I make that? Does that work? If I bring that up there? Actually, I think that it almost does. my point being, you got to look around and see where you didn't carry the 2. So all that business about finding the right line, I was saying that right as I was finding the wrong line. Okay? I'm going to get rid of the part that I don't need. I might even erase a little bit of some of these extra lines. I'm going to step back from it. Does it look okay? You know, this looks a little bit off. See if I can fix it. Yes, I can fix it. If you step back from it, you can see where you made a mistake. Okay, so stepping back from it, this one and this one are diverging a little bit. So I'm going to back this up a little. The 2 of them have to converge. So there's a little bit of moving it around some. If I do that, can I bring this thing up there? Does it make sense? Sometimes you got to rob Peter to pay Paul as you work your way around. Okay? Now what I'm going to do is I've kind of been working with this ruler. I want to come in here and freehand this. Once I start to feel good about the lines, I want to go over it with my hand. Maybe you don't feel really comfortable about drawing a straight line. I sure don't. Well, I would say you've already got a line there. It's going to make it a lot easier. Okay, does that make sense? All right. Got one last little idea to throw your way for the weekend.